Hey, James Hayes here. Welcome to the Developmental Edge channel, where smart coaches learn how to fast-track their skills and their business. Today's student question day. We got a cool question coming in from Elizabeth L. She says, how should we respond to a potential client saying, your fees are too much? Great question. Let's get into answering this one. So before we even think about answering the client, we've got to make sure your mindset is right on this issue. So step number one, make sure you are aligned with your price. If you don't believe it, they're not going to believe it. If you feel any uncertainty, any doubt about what you're charging, then when someone asks you, hey, what do you charge? Or even worse, if they say, oh, that's a bit much, you're going to waver. The doubt, the uncertainty is going to come through, and that's going to sell you out of the deal, even if the price is totally right. Number two, it's not about price, it's about value. I want you to take a second to think about the problem that your service can solve. How expensive is that problem? What does it cost the client in terms of money? What does it cost the client in terms of headache? What does it cost the client in terms of stress? What is the value of that problem that you're solving? How much does it cost your client? That is what your program is worth. So first up, I want to look at what's the value of the problem and how expensively or cheaply can the client solve it without my service. If they can solve the problem that I'm trying to solve with a $10 solution, then that's going to put a lot of price pressure on me. But if they can't solve this problem and this problem hurts, then that's going to give me much more confidence and certainty in the price that I'm charging. Another place that you can look is, what is the market charging to solve this problem? That's also going to give you some ideas about where your price kind of fits in terms of the client's mindset. Number three, it's not always about you or even your service. Sometimes it's about the client. If you've got a $30,000 problem and you're solving it for $3,000 and you know they can't get a better deal, a better service at a comparable rate in the market, and you feel congruent with your price, but your client still wants to haggle and dither over it and feel uncertain about it, and they're trying to cut you a deal on it, then you got to ask yourself, do you really want this client? Do you really want a client who's going to focus more on the price than on the actual goal that they're trying to achieve? These are the kinds of clients that are going to give you buyer's remorse. These are the kinds of clients that are more susceptible to leaving negative reviews. These are the kinds of clients who are focused on the wrong thing. So do you really want to focus on that kind of client? If it were me, and I know some salespeople out there are going to hate me for saying this, but I would just let them go. I don't want to waste my time chasing someone who's not really committed to success because they're too focused on trying to get a deal. So you got your mindset right, and it's time to respond. How do you respond to the objection? Well, I've got two responses that are kind of my default go-tos. You can borrow them if you like. My first response, and I say this gently, I say this professionally, I want to know, too expensive compared to what? Because I want to know, what is this person's point of comparison? Are they comparing, for example, are they comparing cheap, quick McDonald's $2 coffee to premium roast blend gourmet Italian coffee? Because if so, yeah, I'm going to be more expensive, but the result is vastly different. So I want to help the person understand what it is they're actually buying. What's the difference between a cheap and quick result versus a premium quality result? My second response is, doing this program is going to cost you some. How much is this problem costing you though? How much is it costing you to not solve this? How long has it been costing you all of these things? You tell me, is it worth it? It's going to cost you a couple $1,000s to do this program. It's going to cost you a couple of months of work. So that's the down payment. But with this problem out of the way, what are the benefits that you're going to have in your life? What are the headaches you're not going to have in your life? How many headaches, stresses, dollars has this problem already cost you? Now, of course, I may not use every single one of those statements I just used, but that's the general direction I'm going with that conversation. So If it's really not worth it to the client because their problem really isn't that big, then they're not the right fit for you anyway. You want to work with people who've got a real problem, they want to solve it, and they want to solve it now. So there you have it. Hope that answers your question, Elizabeth. For anyone else watching, if you've got a question, drop it for us in the comment section below. We could be answering your question next. Now, if you like this video, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. If you know someone who'd appreciate the content in this, spread the love, share the video with them. And if you want access to some extra free, cool resources, check the links in the description of this video. Well, that's it from me. Stay hungry, and we'll catch you next time.